Da.
God almighty, can't you see there's people here?
Good fella. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Be merciful, good neighbours. I lived like you did till Skalitz was burned to ashes.
What are you here for?
Good luck then. Help me, people, please. I'm from Skalitz, and I lost everything I had. For the love of God, I've come from...
Jesus Christ be praised.
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
I know they got nowhere to go. Scarlet's is a pile of ashes and the countryside ain't safe, but they've been here too long. Some of those buggers got light fingers, and not a one of them as appreciates the sacrifices we made for them.
I've heard there's a contest happening, and that the prize is a keg of fine wine.
That's true. I bought the finest wine to be had in the province.
I'd like to take part.
Do you know the rules?
I don't.
You shoot 7, 13, or 21 arrows, depending on who you're shooting against. The straw surround is worth 1 point, the white ring 2, and the bullseye 3. Whoever finishes shooting first gets 3 extra points. The round ends when everyone has finished shooting, and whoever has the most points wins. It's the custom to wager on it, to make it more interesting, see? The better archers you shoot against, the higher the stakes.
All right, that seems straightforward.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at anything but the target. Otherwise, you're out. Got it?
Got it.
Splendid. Here's some arrows for you. But you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll round up the competition. May the Lord...
Yeah.
God almighty! Can't you see there's people here? That horse of yours nearly trampled me to death.
God be with you.
I've heard there's a
Now,
I'd like to take part.
do you know the rules?
I do?
Splendid. Here's some arrows for you. But you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll round up the competition. God be...
Yeah.
Ow!
Good day to you.
How does life in Ratai suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in. But then they just left us here to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
Did you find out what actually happened?
Folks say it was on account of our silver and how Sir Radzig sided with the king.
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines, and not just in the mines. So...
Hey, am I invisible or what?
at the mines. So you're a miner?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft, and I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
Hey, am I invisible or what? Not talking to me? You just going to pretend I'm not here? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Not talking to me? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Not talking to me? Not talking to me? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Hey, am I invisible or what?
I wouldn't worry.
Talking to me?
They won't let a source of silver just sit there. As soon as this thing blows over, they'll open it up again.
God willing, I hope you're right.
You just going to pretend I'm not here? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Not talking to me? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Not talking to me?
How badly do you want to carry water?
Talking to me?
Well, right now there doesn't seem to be much work around for miners. And at least I can earn a few groschen.
It's not easy work, though. It's a long way to carry water.
Do you think it was easier in the mines? Digging through rock on your knees all day for months on end?
Hey, am I invisible or what?
There's one more option.
Not talking
Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but
I'm not here.
I couldn't go back to mining after that.
All right. I understand.
Not talking to me?
How are you holding up?
You mean this here? Well, I've got feeling back in my arm again.
What happened to it, anyway?
That time in Skalitz. I was knocked down by a horse. But it's better now.
Not talking to me? Hey,
But can you handle carrying water?
or what?
It's no easy matter.
Sure I can. Like I said, my arm's fine.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
The bailiff said he couldn't get a word out of you.
Well, he's not the most popular man around here. After everything that's
Not
happened.
talking to me?
You can't blame us.
Well, maybe, but if you lot had just talked to him, I wouldn't have to run around dealing with this, and you'd all have a few groschen by now.
Talking to me?
You might be right. But there's no point crying over spilt milk.
You just going to pretend I'm not here? You just going to pretend I'm not here? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Hey, am I invisible or what?
What would you give if I put in a good word for you?
Good word.
Sure. If I put in a good word for somebody to the bailiff, then that someone has a better chance.
But I haven't got a pot to piss in. I lost everything, and I'm in debt too. But I might know about an opportunity.
Oh? What kind of opportunity?
I heard about it at the mine, before Skalitz was raised.
Hey, am I invisible or what? You just going to pretend I'm not here? You just going to pretend I'm not here?
So, what did you hear?
They found something they wanted kept a secret. There weren't any rumors about a silver scene, but what else could it be?
The punishment for stealing the king's silver is hanging or burning at the stake.
I know, but you can't be burned for stealing silver nobody knows about.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
How are you holding up?
You mean this here? Well, I've got feeling back in my arm again.
What happened to it, anyway?
Hey, am
That
I
time in
invisible or
Skalitz.
what?
I was knocked down by a horse, but it's better now.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
Look, I can see by the way your arm is hanging it's not healed. You can't carry water like that.
Pretend I'm
Well,
not
come on. I owe money to the Sawbones and I need the work to pay for it. I'll give you anything you want.
Hey, am I invisible or what? You just going to pretend I'm not here? Hey, am I invisible or what?
All right. We'll keep it between the two of us. You don't have to worry.
Thanks. I owe you.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
That's enough for now.
Farewell.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
What do you want from me?
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me though, so I came here myself.
Have pity on me, a poor wretch. Sigismund and his murderers took everything I had.
Look, I already have more people than jobs. You're a bit late.
But I really need a job.
Well, so does everyone else around here.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
I wouldn't beg, good neighbors, but I'm reduced to this. I'm from Skalitz and... well, you know.
He's dying.
He's badly wounded. So poorly he's been in his bed for weeks. Unconscious most of the time.
I'm sorry to hear it.
I already owe the apothecary a small fortune, and he won't lift a finger for us now.
Apples, cucumbers, onions, come get 'em.
Well, if you know how to cook fine food, I could get you a job at the merchant's house. You'd have a nice roof over your head there too.
All I've ever cooked is gruel and soup, nothing fit for nobles. A roof would be grand, though. Not so much for me, but for my husband. Is there any way you could arrange it?
No, not unless I lied about your cooking skills. But he'd find out soon enough, and then we'd both be in trouble.
Carrots and apples, picked today to put a smile on your face.
I'm from Skelly. Good for
What did you do in Skalitz?
your neighbor.
I was at the silverworks, roasting the ore and washing it. My husband was at the smelter.
Oh, Christ, things got very ugly there. I suppose that's where your husband was wounded? It's a miracle you managed to drag him all the way to Rattay.
What else could I do? Leave him there?
All right, I'll think about it and talk to the bailiff.
And you'll tell him to take me, right? Goodbye.
Bread baked just this morning. Bread!
Carrots that'll make you and your...
Fresh bread! Come and get it! Man cannot live by bread alone, but he can't either.
Vegetables, fruits, apples, cucumbers, onions. Come and get them.
Fresh milk to drink.
Good day to you. What do you need?
You hear about the water carrying?
Aye. I can haul water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skullets and ended up here.
Quite the factotum, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this and go and do that.
Pickman? That's your name?
Actually, my real name's Vassal, but they call me Pickman.
Is that German?
No. It's from when I was in the mines, digging with a pick.
So you're keen on carrying water?
I've been keen on it since I got up this morning.
And you had another job before this morning, or what?
No. I was just joking.
Besides water, you could carry, you could empty latrines.
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. No, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
How are you holding up, anyway?
What can I tell you? I've seen better days for sure.
What happened with the bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
That peacock what was strutting up and down and shouting at everyone? He told me he'd no time to listen to a buffoon like me. So I shut my mouth.
Well, I could put in a good word for you, but you'll have to scratch my back too.
Fair enough. Show me where it itches.
No, you dolt. It's just a saying. Like I do something for you, and you do something for me.
Ah, right. I see. Well, as it happens, I've got something great for you. Treasure you wouldn't dream of.
Treasure, you say? Right, you've got my attention.
I see you're a smart man. A man who knows a thing or two about the world. I've got... Wait for it. I've got a piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Never heard of her. Who's she?
She was a great queen in ancient times. She gave Solomon a sword with magical powers.
Magical, eh? You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
No, it's true. It's in the Bible. And this sword, once it's put back together, nothing can stop it. It can cut through bones, teeth, even steel and stone.
I see. But you've only got one piece. What's that good for?
I couldn't get it all. The fellow I bought it off didn't have the rest. He sold off bits and pieces. They've got powers of healing, you see? And put strength in your... you know... manhood. What do you say? Deal?
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic, and more.
We'll shake on it. I'll get you the job, and you'll give me the piece of the Queen of Sheba's sword.
Agreed.
Farewell.
Just going to pretend I'm not here.
Vegetables.
Good day to you.
Apples, cucumbers, onions. Come get 'em.
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
What makes you so deserving? How did you make a living before this?
I was the owner of a mine. Well, I had a lease on it. But in our line of work, it amounts to the same thing.
The chief, eh? But have you ever hauled a bucket of ore up a hill?
There's no hill in a mine. Just a shaft with a winch.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brains.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share of hauling.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent Christian.
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Oh, that's not bad, but for a man of my stature, no doubt there are more needy souls. Double.
How are you holding up in Rattay?
Not too well. I've tried offering my administrative abilities at the rat house, but the bailiff treats me like a peasant.
He's not an easy man to deal with, true enough. But if you show him what you're capable of...
Well, if he gives you a chance to show him...
And the bailiff complained he couldn't get a word out of you.
I refused to talk to him. Last time I did, he was vulgar, shouted and threatened to whip me. And then he comes and interrogates me.
Well, I can't see how that would put you off him. What would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
So that's how it is it? An honest person can't get a job, only one who'll stoop to bribing?
Come now. I just want to help, but I'll have my job cut out persuading the bailiff to take you.
All right. I don't have anything, but I know the armourer in Sasau, and he'll give you a good price if I have a word with him.
Cheap armour might come in handy, all right? Done.
Done. As soon as I get the job, come and see me and I'll tell you all about it.
That's enough for now.
God be with you.
Not talking to me?
Baked goods fresh from the oven.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
God be with you.
How does life in Rat Eye suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in, but then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
Did you find out what actually happened?
Folks say it was on account of our silver and how Sir Ratzik sides with the king.
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. All right?
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Scarlet's.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
So you're probably here about carrying water, right?
Aye. I want to carry water.
That's all? You've nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
What happened with Bailiff? He couldn't get a word out of anybody.
I don't know. I didn't talk to him at all.
And what would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
I've got nothing to give.
Oh, come now. You say you want the job, so prove it to me.
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want my help, fair enough.
That's enough for now.
Take care now.
That'll even make your man cry like a little lamb. Come and buy some.
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
So tell me, what...
I was a miner, then a farm labourer, then I was...
Quite the fact.
Uh...
Right. That's enough. Look, the bailiff...
So, good luck to you.
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true.
Where would I...
But, Alex...
He didn't ask me.
Look, I already have...
But I really...
So does everyone else around here.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
He's dying. Oh, if you... No. What did you... Oh.
What else could I...
All right.
And you'll tell him to take me, right?
Sigismund and his
There's the good. That's my... Look what I've got for you.
Home was burned to ashes by Sigismund's hordes.
What are you here for?
How does life in Rat Eye suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs, the bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it. Same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they?
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did. Before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why'd you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
Oh, I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumours. I'm still his housekeeper.
Where's Father Francis now?
I don't know. The last time I saw him, he was going to confession in Sasau. But that was before all these terrible things happened. I've heard no word of him since then.
Does he go to Sasau often? Where does he stay when he's there?
Not so often. About once a month. He always used to stay in the inn near the monastery, so he wouldn't have far to go.
I'll ask around about what happened to Father Francis. I'll let you know.
Take care. May the Lord watch over you. that if thy mercy we take refuge, O Blessed Virgin, disdain not our supplications in our distress.
God be with you.
I'm supposed to find some workers, and I thought of you.
Why me?
Well, I thought you might appreciate an honest job for an honest wage.
What are you trying to say?
I just thought it might help you.
A good Samaritan, are you? Why don't you go and bother someone else?
God be with you.
Rest in peace. Amen.
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
Well, they have it tough, no doubt. But there's not enough room for them here. How much longer will they be living on our streets? Nothing good will come of this. What if one of them's brought the plague with him?
Have you heard anything about the Cumans in Sigismund's army?
Terrible things. Horrible. I hear they skin people alive, and what they do to the women folk. Better take your own life than fall into their hands. Beasts they are. Animals.
And may the souls of all the faithful departed.
Take care now.
Mercy of God, rest in peace.
Good day to you. What do you need?
How do the Ratai folk get on with the refugees?
I know they got nowhere to go. Skalitz is a pile of ashes and the countryside ain't safe, but they've been here too long. Some of those buggers got light fingers, and not a one of them appreciates the sacrifices we made for them.
May the Lord watch over you.
Hey, God save you.
Take care.
I have that ring for you.
Excellent. They'll be hopping mad at the baths once they find out. Here's your reward, and don't turn it all into drink.
Any chance of some more work for me?
For you, always. A friend of mine asked me to help him get back some disputed land from his neighbor.
You've become an officer of the law, is that it?
A likely turn of events. No, I'm pleased to say this is good old-fashioned stealing. There's a deed of sale for that land, not quite in his favor, so it would be a fine thing if it went missing.
Very well. Where do I need to liberate it from?
From the bailiff himself. Ha! You should see the face you're pulling. I never said it would be easy. The deed is supposed to be at the rat house somewhere, on the table, among the other parchments. You'll need to sneak in, then find it.
I'll manage somehow.
That I don't doubt. And you needn't doubt your reward.
Will you teach me how to pickpocket better?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
Wouldn't you rather learn the basics first?
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that... Are we agreed?
That's a... Agreed. Now listen up.
I put on the dress you gave me, Henry. What do you think?
Good boy. That's my... Look what I've got. You'll... Look what I've got. You'll love this. There's... That's my boy. Look what I've got. You'll... Good friend. That's my... Come along, free. There's the good doggy. That's my boy. Look what I've got. You'll... No one's a match for me and you, eh? That's a good... That's my... No one's a match for me. To heal, mutt. Look what I've... You'll... Good boy. That's my... Look what I've got for... You'll love... Look what I've got... You'll... Good fella. That's my boy. Come along.
Good health to you.
Have you seen Ginger around here?
Who?
A boy with ginger hair, a stable boy from Neuhof.
No one from Neuhof's been here. Farewell.
If there's something you want, better ask me first.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Could you help me?
Depends what you want, doesn't it?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. They say he ran away and joined up with some charcoal burners he used to hang around with sometimes.
Sorry, there's never been a lad called Ginger around here. You have to try somewhere else.
I have to find him. If you're hiding him, then...
Then what?
Then you're stopping me from catching a killer. Murder was committed in Neuhof, and I'm looking for a boy who fled the place shortly after. I certainly know something.
Calm down, lad. For the love of God. There's been no one like the boy you want round here. But then again, there are other charcoal burners. Try them. You might want to hurry. You're not the first to be asking about him, and the others weren't exactly a noble-looking bunch, although they were generous with their silver.
They didn't happen to say what they wanted him for?
No, but they definitely didn't look like they wanted to invite him to a feast.
Do you have any idea where else he could have gone?
You said he was friends with the charcoal burners? Well, you'll definitely find some in the forest between Neuhof and Ujetz. There's good spots around there.
But that forest is huge. I could spend weeks searching.
Then follow the river. That's how you found us, isn't it? Where there's charcoal burners, there's always water nearby.
All right, I'll go and ask somewhere else.
Farewell.
Good health to you.
Have you seen Ginger around here?
Who?
A boy with ginger hair, a stable boy from Neuhof.
No one from Neuhof's been here.
May the Lord watch over you.